All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord Daily Reactions. And I'm still on my personal YouTube channel, Matt Sinkrang. So please subscribe to this one so you do get all of the updates until I get my Muscle Discord YouTube channel back. All right, it's still there. You can still go and watch videos there. Nothing's changed on the channel. I just lost my login access, and now YouTube has to go through the verification process and give me back grant me access to my YouTube channel again. It sucks, but I got a phishing scam. I said in the last video, I clicked on a link, entered my information, and they hacked it and took it. And that's it though. So, I mean, thank God the channel's still there, guys. I will get it back shortly. It's just until then, luckily I still have another channel, and this can help build up my personal channel. So actually it is what it is. Not too bad. I'd rather have that than nothing. So let's get into the updates here. We're getting closer and closer, 13 days out from the 2026 Arnold Classic Ohio. And I got to talk about Rafael Brandao because it's not looking good. I mean, these updates, maybe he's just, I don't know what it is, man, but like this ain't it. Just ain't it. You know, look at Hadi when he hits that crab shot like this. The arms, the vascularity, the striations in Hadi. You're not seeing that here. Even in Mo Photo. Mo Photo is absolutely diced and muscular compared to this. I'm like, what is wrong with him? Why can't his skin is like off-season thick still? Look at he's squeezing in here. Where's the striations in the delts? Like where, guys? It's barely, this looks like, to me, you could almost think that this is an off-season look. And I'm not sure if he's taken some shitty gear or his body he's just getting older and he's just not responding to stuff. But this is not it. Look when he hits the side. There's nothing, there's barely a vein here. So I'm like, man, he's the big Brazilian prodigy. He's going to represent Brazil and all the crazy hardcore fans they have. He took a year off to improve. He should be rested. The receptors should be rested. He should be pumping on all cylinders right now. And this is what we get. And he's got such beautiful shape and symmetry. The legs look good from the front. I'll give him that. But this, you're in good lighting here. You should see more striations. Look at the tricep. Look at how there's not a crash striation in there. That ain't going to cut it, Brandao. At the Arnold, that's not going to fucking cut it. I don't know what the fuck Neil Hill is doing with his diet, but this isn't fucking working. I expect more from this guy. I don't know if he's just flat or what the fuck is going on, but this ain't it. So leave a comment below. Am I the only one seeing this? Am I crazy to expect better detail and condition from a guy that's 2 weeks out? So you're not getting any passes, Brandao, just because you're the Brazilian boy favorite. It's not going to work. You got to fucking come in better shape than this if you want to place in the top 5 at the Arnold. So I'm going to leave it there. Don't want to rant on too long. You know I'm a stickler for conditioning, and this is not conditioning. Maybe they'll suck him down with water and he'll look different when he comes on the stage, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know about that. Another guy that I think is having issues. Mr. Martin Fitzwater. What is this arm? Did his arm get smaller? I mean, I get guys are flat and stuff. They're 2 weeks out. But this ain't it either. Yeah, he's got legs. He always has quads. So nothing new here. I don't know what this is. In the lower, is that an injection? Is he injecting in a teardrop?
Every rep starts with fuel. Helix cream of rice, clean carbs, zero sugar, fast digesting energy that hits quick, fuels hard, and never sits heavy. 27 grams of pure carb power, nothing but rice and real flavor. Proudly made in Canada, built for champions. Grab yours now with code MuscleDiscord. Helix Foods. Fuel the work, own the stage.
I hope not. Maybe that's just a weird pimple, or I don't know what that is, guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think that circle is in his teardrop. That looks a little swollen. If it's a vein bump, I don't know. I haven't seen that there before. Find me a photo where you've seen that on his quad there before. But that's a weird lump. I don't know. I don't know why he would inject into his quads. His quads are good as they are genetically. So little strange. But again, I'm just not seeing the Hadi Choopan level. Hadi is going to smoke these mofos. He's going to show them like this is what a Mr. Olympia is. You guys aren't there. You're still babies working up the ranks. That's what I see with this. Now, maybe again, I understand. I've competed many times. I know what it is to look like you're flat and you're depleted and nothing's pumping. It's not bursting full, right? And I'm assuming that's what's happening with Martin. But when I see that in him, that means he's behind and he's trying to like, I got to catch up. And he already admitted he was behind 6 weeks out. So he's probably very, very depleted, doing cardio, very low carbs. And that's what's making him look deflated like this. And sometimes you just can't come back from that. So a little concern there with Martin Fitzwater. He looks like his face is lean. Cheekbones are there. But I'm not sure it's going to be enough to win the whole show. Can he be in top 3 because of his genetics and structure? Yeah, he can be top 3. But to win it, no. Martin Fitzwater is not going to win the Arnold this year. Maybe never, but we'll see. Depends who's in the show. He ain't getting that $750,000 check with this physique. I'm going to tell you that right now, guys. So any guys that think they have their hopes up for Martin Fitzwater to win, not happening this year. Not with this look. For 2 weeks. This is actually 13 days out. So let's move on to the next topic, guys. This is a big one. The big one here. Now, I posted this. I think it's at like 30, 40,000 views from yesterday. So it's, you know, it's hot topic. It's a hot topic. And, you know, it's King Kamali. So I'm going to let King speak and then I'm going to reply after that. Make sure the volume's on here.
To all the Iranians out there, I said, don't fuck with his family. They have nothing to do with this. Leave his son out of this. Leave his wife out of this. Leave his family out of this. This is not, they have nothing to do with what Hadi's doing or what he's saying right now. Please. And I begged him. I said, please, don't fuck him up, this and that. You know what I got back in response? Fuck that. We're going to fuck this guy up. So what does that mean? If he goes back to fucking Iran, he is done. I would never, if I were him, or even step back into that country again. I said to all the Iranians out there, I said, don't fuck with his family. They have nothing to do with this. Leave his son out of this. Leave his wife out of this. Leave his family out of this. This is not, they have nothing to do with what Hadi's doing or what he's saying right now. Please. And I begged him. I said, please, don't fuck him up, this and that. You know what I got back in response? Fuck that. We're going to fuck this guy up. So what does that mean? If he goes back to fucking Iran, he is done.
So I don't know. That's pretty serious. I don't know if that looped over once. I can't remember now. But that's pretty serious things to say. Okay? When King, now I know King Kamali does not like Hadi Choopan. I don't know if King is jealous of Hadi Choopan because Hadi is a Iranian bodybuilder that is 10 times more successful than King Kamali. That is 100 times more popular than King Kamali. Maybe that's the case. I feel like there's a little bit in that when he talks about Hadi Choopan and really kicks him to the curb. So we have to take it with a grain of salt when King Kamali sensationalizes the things he says about Hadi Choopan, and that he thinks that Hadi Choopan is a part of the regime, that the regime supports him, that the regime buys him fancy cars, it takes care of Hadi, he gets perks in Iran, they take care of him, they put him in the nice gyms, they do all this stuff for him because he's a celebrity in Iran. I get it. But that's not new to the Iranian people. That's not new. You guys knew he was getting perks from the regime for years and years and years, and you guys loved Hadi Choopan. So proud of him winning the Mr. Olympia. But now, after the bloodshed in the streets, and I get it, it's terrible. The thousands and thousands of Iranians that were killed. And you see the screen on Hadi's phone with the Ayatollah. That's not a good look, Hadi Choopan. That's not good, brother. I'm going to tell you that right now. And so you're giving the Iranian people a reason to be mad at you. Okay, that's one thing. Then King Kamali says, wow, there's also a video of he was doing lunges or something. And then off in the background, there was the Iranian flag, the old flag, the regime, old guard flag. And Hadi saluted the flag. That was Hadi doubling down with the regime. And maybe that is the case. And if that was the case, that's stupid for Hadi to do. You know, I mean, that's not a good look. So on one hand, I understand where the Iranian people are coming from and where King is coming from. Say, you know, this is Hadi's doubling down with this. He's showing his support, right? And he's not speaking out against the regime. He's saying that I love the Iranian people, but he doesn't say, I hate the regime. The regime is bad. He won't say it. On the other hand, you kind of already knew he's been supported by the regime prior to all these killings. And you guys were in love with Hadi Choopan. So from an outsider looking in, it's confusing, guys. It's like, really? And I get it. Well, it's like this crossed the line when all these people were killed and Hadi Choopan was silent and didn't say anything. And when he wasn't saying anything, you guys were mad. And now he says something and now you're still mad. So it's like, it's super confusing. Where's Baruz in this? Where's Tabani? You're not mad at him? Is he speaking out? You know, so I don't know what to think of this. At the end of the day, Hadi Choopan's he's a bodybuilder. He's not a politician. You know, he just competes. And I don't think his life should be threatened. He said, I don't think he wants Iranians to be killed and slaughtered in the streets. He didn't take to the streets and shoot people and kill people. But yet he's being blamed for it. And you see the outpouring and taking his photos down and burning his photos. Is it an overreaction? I think it's a little bit, but I don't live in Iran. I can't speak for the Iranian people. I don't know what they've been through. So if they feel that way, then I respect that 100%. I'm not going to make fun of that at all. That's very serious. But for King to say he should be careful if he goes to Columbus, Ohio, he also said that. And I advise him not to go to Columbus. That's a serious threat. I'm not saying King is making this threat, but he's saying he hears this stuff from his people, his sources. So if you have this information, King Kamal, about the threats that you're hearing from your people, King Kamal, shouldn't you make the authorities aware of that? Should we not get the FBI involved with this, King Kamali? Should you not call Brian Powers and the security team at the Arnold to forewarn them of the potential threats to Hadi Choopan? Or are you just going to let things go the way they go? And whatever happens, happens. And if something happens to Hadi Choopan, oh well. Maybe that's what you want. I don't know. If I had warning that there was being, threats towards someone and they were going to do something, and I cared about that person, I would do everything in my power to make sure that they're safe and that nothing happened to them. Doesn't seem like that's what King Kamali's doing. And everyone seems to be glossing over that big point. But not me, not Muscle Discord. I'll point it out because I'm not afraid to. And regardless of what you think of Hadi Choopan, a life is a life. And we need to take this serious. King Kamali said that I would advise him not to go to Columbus to compete because I've heard things. Well, Brian Powers, I hope you look into this. I hope you give King Kamali a call and be proactive and ask him what he's heard. Because if something happens to Hadi Choopan in Columbus, Ohio, some crazy person that wants to stand up for Iran and they do something, God forbid, and we had the warning signs and nothing was done, well, then there's going to be a lot of blame that goes around. So I want to make sure now on the record that you guys were warned here on Muscle Discord and get ahead of it now. And stop with this rhetoric. The fact that Hadi Choopan has to train in a secret location is fucking ridiculous. He's in America. He should feel safe. But he doesn't because it's perpetuated by this rhetoric that we see from King Kamali. And he can say what he wants to say. Freedom of speech. I get it. But at some point, you have to say, hey, guys, no. You have to tamper this down. Tamper down the rhetoric. But he doesn't seem to be doing that. He seems to be perpetuating it, in my opinion. I'll leave it there, guys. Leave a comment below. Do you think King Kamali should stand up and say, do not hurt Hadi Choopan? You can voice your opinion against him, but nothing physical should happen to him. I know King said that about his family. He said his family's off guard, but he didn't say Hadi Choopan's off guard. Did you notice that? He said, the family, leave the family out of this. He didn't say anything about leaving Hadi Choopan out of danger. Pay attention to the little details about what King Kamali says. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Don't want to go too long with that one. Serious stuff here, guys. Serious stuff. We got to take it serious. When King Kamali says, if Hadi Choopan goes back to Iran, he's done. What does done mean, King? What does done mean? Explain that. I would love to know. All right. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, Matt Sinkering here, host of the Muscle Discord podcast. And I want to do a quick plug of my coaching business. I do online coaching as well through my exclusive fitness app where you have guided workouts to follow, meal plans to follow, all the macros are laid out for you, the cooking instructions. You do weekly check-ins with me, upload your photos, your measurements, and I make adjustments as needed every week for you. So use promo code Muscle Discord when you sign up and you'll save 20% off your monthly coaching fee. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.